Hello developers, welcome to Kothak channel. In this video, we are going to develop a GUI based loan calculator in the Python with the help of the Tkinter Python library. So this Tkinter Python library will enable us to develop the graphical user interface applications in the Python. So here this loan calculator is going to take the three input parameters from the users. So one is the loan amount, and the second one is the annual rate of interest for that particular loan, and third one is the loan tenure, that is nothing but the duration of the loan in years. Okay, now let's enter the amount as 1 lakh rupees as the loan amount. Okay, just assume that, and 12% is going to be the annual rate of interest, and the next one is the loan tenure, that is going to be the 1 year. So once I enter all these details, loan amount, annual rate of interest, and loan tenure, so once I press the submit button, it is going to display the data in the right side frame. Information table, another one is the pie chart, and another one is a table. Okay, now let's look at this information table. Okay, this information table is displaying the data of loan amount, loan interest rate, and loan tenure, whatever the details which I have entered. And the fourth one is the EMI, equated monthly installment. So whenever you take any loan from any financial institution or a bank, you have to repay that loan amount in the terms of the monthly installment, right? So that monthly installment is nothing but the EMI, equated monthly installment. So for the loan amount of 1 lakh rupees with the interest rate of 2, for the loan tenure of 1 year, you have to pay the EMI as 885 rupees per each and every month. Okay, and the total interest that you are going to pay in the entire 1 year is 6619. So that is 6619 rupees. So total amount payable is principal amount 1 lakh rupees plus interest payable 6619. The total will become 1,06,619 rupees. Okay, that is saying about the information table. And when I'm going to the right side, it is going to display the principal amount and interest amount. So when you are paying that, when you repay the total amount 1,06,619 rupees to complete the loan, so you have the principal you are going to pay is 93.8% as a principal and 6.2% as the interest rate. And when coming back to the schedule, here is the schedule, but here is the schedule table. Okay, in the schedule table, what we are doing is for each and every month. So when you are paying amount to the loan is an equated monthly installment. So the first financial institution will deduct the amount from the interest of the principal amount. Then the whatever the remaining amount from the EMI after deducting the monthly interest, they will pay it to the principal. Suppose you are paying the 885, right? 885 as EMI. So the first month the interest rate is 1000 rupees. So 1000 will be deducted from this EMI. So the rest of the 7885 will be deducted from the principal of 1 lakh. Okay, and it goes on. So in the 12 months of the duration, the total loan amount will become the 0. So this is kind of the loan calculator works. So we are going to build this GUI based loan calculator in the Python. So let's jump into the video. So here is the project folder I have created, loan calculator. Here we are going to develop this GUI based loan calculator. Okay, I'm just going and opening the command prompt to install the basic libraries which are required for this tutorial. Okay, for that one I'm typing the command pip install followed by the Python libraries. So one of the Python libraries tk, so Tkinter, and another one is the custom Tkinter. So this custom Tkinter is like an advanced version of the tk. So first one is the tk, so tk is nothing but the Tkinter. Okay, another one is the custom Tkinter. So this custom Tkinter will enable us to develop the advanced and beautiful GUI based applications in the Python. Okay, so you just press enter, this Python libraries will be installed in your system. So all these Python libraries are already installed in my system, so I'm not going to install them again. I'm just going to create a file called loancalculator.py. okay, first import this Python libraries. Okay, import Tkinter as tk and import custom Tkinter as ck. Okay, so once you have imported the basic code, okay, so ck here we're going to call it as app, right? App is equals to ck.ctk. okay, that's it. This is the object that we are going to create, and app.main loop. Okay, so this is the basic. So initially when we are using the Tkinter, you just have to mention the tk object class creation we are going to create, right? Same thing here, instead of the tk we are using the ctk, that is the custom Tkinter. Okay, now here what we are going to do is, here we are going to set the appearance mode. Okay, appearance mode as dark blue. Okay, we can mention the dark, light, system, dark blue. Okay, these are the set appearance mode you can set. Okay, and another one is ck dot set default color theme. You can mention any default color theme like blue or green. So here I'm going to give it as a blue. Okay, now I'm going to app dot geometry like 1000 width versus 600 height. Okay, and app dot title as loan calculator. I'm just saving it and I'm opening the terminal. Okay, just type in python loan calc.py. Okay, here is the default window, loan calculator window. Okay, here I'm just removing the dark. Okay, let's try now. Yeah, it is the dark version. Okay, you can have the system when whatever the dark mode or light mode, but based upon your system configuration it will take the default system configuration. If you want only light, you can set the appearance mode as light, and if you want the dark, you can go with the dark. So I'm just going dark with this project. Okay, now once we have set the appearance mode, default color mode, geometry and title, the next thing is we need the frames, right? So let me run this code. Okay, so as you guys have seen in the tutorial, okay, demo, so this part, whatever the part left side goes to the input parameters and right side goes with the output parameters. So we have to divide this complete window into two frames, left side frame and right side frame. So let's do that. Left frame. Okay, left underscore frame is equals to ck dot ctk frame. Okay, and master is equals to app. Okay, and width is equals to let's call it as 350, and height is equals to 580, and pad x is equals to 10, and pad y is equals to 10. Okay, once that is done, then left frame is equals to left frame dot place. Okay, I'm just going to place x is equals to 10 and y is equals to 10. Okay, this is going to be the left frame, and let's copy and paste it for the right frame as well. Okay, right frame. Okay, and here is the right frame. Okay, and here width is equals to, like after 350, right? So total we have 1000. Let's make it as 1200. Okay, and first 350 goes here and the rest of the 800 comes here, and height is equals to same 580, and here the x is equals to 350 is the width of the left frame, right? Let's have it as 370. Okay, now let's run it. Some error is coming. Okay, pad x and pad y, sorry, my bad. Okay, pad x and pad y should be in the here, not there. Okay, now let's pad x and pad y should not be coming. Let's remove them and see. See, I don't know whether you guys are able to see it. I think this frame is little bit in different color, little gray color. Okay, here is the complete window, and here is the place for the left frame, and here is the place for the right frame for the output. Okay, now I'm just closing this one. Okay, now we have the left frame, and then now we have the right frame. Okay, now let's add the stuff to the left frame. Okay, coming to here, first we need a title, right? Title is equals to ck dot ctk label, and master is equals to left frame, and text is equals to loan calculator. Okay, is equals to loan calculator. Now title dot pack. Okay. Now enter these details. Pad x is equals to 60, pad y is equals to 50, and fill is equals to both, and you can have the expand as true. Okay, now let's run it out. Okay, loan calculator is coming, and just closing this. You can give the font as well here. Okay, font is equals to Arial of 30, sorry 20, let's give 20 and see it how it looks. So loan calculator, think I can give x another 40. Let's see that. Okay, loan calculator, now it works fine. So now we have done for the title. Now let's copy paste and do it for the other ones. Title, one of it is the title, right? Next one is the label for what? Loan amount. Okay, loan amount label. Okay, and same goes here, loan amount label, and here it is the enter loan amount. Okay, it is just a label. Okay, pad x is equals to just 30 and pad y is less like 10. Saving it and just run it. Okay, enter the loan amount. Okay, now next thing is we need a button. Okay, just copying it, pasting it again here, loan amount entry. Okay, loan amount entry, that's what we are doing. Okay, and here ctk, let's change it to entry. Okay, and I'm removing the text thing. Okay, font and all same, pad x and pad y. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, enter loan amount. Okay, and you can have this amount, fg color is equals to white, just right. Yeah, enter loan amount. Okay, now fine, let's do it same for the loan interest rate and then loan tenure. So that's the reason I have copied twice. Enter loan interest level. Okay, loan interest entry, loan interest entry. Okay, enter the, okay, did I do something wrong? Label entry, and here is the loan interest label. Okay, here the enter loan interest rate, that's something. Okay, and interest entry it is going to be, and then next one is not the interest label, next one is going to be, once the interest is done, what we are going to have, we are going to have the tenure label. Okay, loan tenure label, loan tenure entry. Okay, duration of the loan. Okay, we are going to take the duration of the loan, and here the loan tenure to the loan tenure. Now let's see how it looks. Okay, loan calculator, enter the loan amount. Okay, I think text color is not coming, it's dark. Okay, and enter loan of interest rate and enter the loan tenure, just closing it. Loan amount here, text color is equals to black. Okay, and I'm copying it and pasting it for all the entries. Okay, yeah, text color is equals to black, copying it, and where is the, not for the label, it should be for the entry. Okay, and wherever is the entry, here also entry, and here also the entry. Saving it and let's run it. Okay, now let me enter. Yeah, the details are coming as expected. Okay, fine. Now So once we enter all these details, we need a submit button. So let's add the submit button, and submit button is equals to ck dot ctk c caps t caps k in lowercase, then followed by the option. Okay, button label, enter anything. Okay, now here we have to add the master is equals to left frame, and text is equals to submit. Okay, and same font I'm going to copy it. Okay, just saving it, and submit button dot pack, and pad x is equals to same 30, and pad y is equals to, let's have some 50. Okay, and fill is equals to both, and let me close the existing window and then rerun it. Loan amount, the loan amount, loan tenure, and then submit button. Okay, and let's have this corner radius, okay, as 20. Corner radius as 20. Okay, saving it and applying it for all. Okay, for all the entries. Okay, corner radius, and yes, corner radius and corner radius. Okay, running now. Yeah, see, now we are getting the beautiful links. Now let's add the background color for this loan calculator. Okay, now let's add the background color for this complete frame, and here is the background. Basic color is equals to this one. This is just a blue color, as you guys have seen in the tutorial, right? So this is for the blue color hash code, hexa code, and here when it comes to the blue color, the Fiji color for this one will become black. Okay, and hover color will also be black. Okay, now let me run it. Okay, it's not coming, only for that one. Let's go back here. Let's see color. Let me try now. Yeah, now you could see loan calculator, loan amount, loan interest rate, and loan tenure, and then submit button. Okay, you can enter the loan details and interest rate, and then loan tenure. User enters this loan amount, interest rate, and loan tenure. Once they press on submit button, now it has to display the content in the right frame. Okay, so for that one we have to understand how this EMI is being calculated. Okay, let me open one of the web application. There we could see the formula, and there we could see the EMI as well. So once we are keep on developing this, calculating the EMI and calculating the schedule as well, we can just compare it with that web application. Okay, so here comes the web application. Okay, EMI calculator website. Here I'm just entering the loan amount as 1 lakh rupees. Okay, and the interest rate will be the 12, and the tenure will be the 12. Tenure will be the just 1 year. Okay, if you see here, the EMI is being like 8885, and interest payable is 6619, and total interest plus principal is equals to 166619. Okay, 6.2% as the interest, and the principal amount as the 93.8%. Now let's calculate the EMI. EMI is nothing but the equated monthly installment. So whenever you take any loan from any bank or financial institution, you are going to repay it in terms of the monthly installment, right? So that monthly installment will be called as a equated monthly installment, nothing but a EMI in the short form. Okay, here is the formula to calculate that EMI, equated monthly installment. So don't get scary by looking at the formula. We don't have to remember it. We just have to calculate this formula in the Python. Okay, now let's break down this formula. Before going to break down this formula, let's understand a couple of things from the how this loan repayment works. Okay, so whenever you take any loan from any financial institution or a bank, okay, they will say you that when you're taking a loan, the annual rate of interest is like 12% or 11% or 10%, right? But when you're paying the monthly installment, right, so that's the reason they will not calculate the interest on an annual basis. They will not calculate the interest directly on a yearly basis. They will calculate the interest on a monthly basis. So once they calculate the interest on a monthly basis, whatever the EMI that you are paying, first they will take off that interest amount. Then whatever the remaining from the EMI after taking the monthly interest for the principal, they will take it off from the principal. So that is how the principal will be reduced and the interest rate will be reduced gradually. Okay. Now we have to calculate the rate of interest on the monthly basis, not on the annual interest rate. So let's take an example. You have taken loan of principal of 1 lakh rupees and the rate of interest, annual rate of interest is 12% and the tenure is 1 year. Now we have to calculate the rate of interest for the month. So to calculate the rate of interest per month is equals to the annual rate of interest, that is nothing but the 12%, and it must be divided by the 12 months, right? So it must be 12% divided by 12 and divided by 100 because it is a percentage, right? Annual rate of interest is a percentage. We have to convert it to a number. Okay, when you do that, you will be getting the 0.01. This is nothing but the monthly rate of interest for your loan. Okay, and the next one is N is nothing but the number of months. Okay, the duration of the loan in number of months. So here's the tenure is just 1 year. So that means 1 into 12, that means 12 times of 1 because every year is having the 12 months, right? So it's simple, straightforward. So 12. So N will become 2. So now when you calculate the EMI for this loan amount, okay, it would be 1 lakh, that is nothing but the principal, multiplied with the 0.01, that is the monthly rate of interest, and this number is multiplied with the 1 plus power of 1 plus R is nothing but the 0.01 whole power number of months 12 division by 1 plus 0.1 whole power 12 months minus 1. So once you calculate that EMI, you will be getting the 885 rupees as the equated monthly installment for your loan. Okay, this equated monthly installment for the loan of 1 lakh rupees with a rate of interest of 12% and tenure of 1 year will become 885 rupees. So this is how you guys can calculate the EMI. So now we have seen how we can calculate the EMI with the formula, right? Now let's go ahead and apply it in the Python. I'm just going to create another file called calculations. Okay, calcs.py, because we are going to do a lot of calculations, the schedule and interest, right? I don't want to mess up this one in the here. Okay, this is for the GA based, right? So every time I have to run the Tkinter and we have to display the content, it is going to be a big work. So here with a simple Python program, once we are done with the complete calculations in this file, then we can just copy paste the code to this main file. Okay, and here let's take it as a principal is equals to 1 lakh as we have taken as an example, and rate of interest, annual rate of interest is equals to 12. Okay, and then what is the tenure is equals to 1. Okay, that is 1 year. Okay, now once we pass, okay, I'm just going to create a function calculations. Okay, calculations function. So principal, interest rate and the tenure. Okay, once we pass, it has to give us the EMI. Okay, so what would be the EMI? So first what we have to do is principal is equals to same 1000 and rate of interest on monthly basis. Okay, rate of interest on month. Okay, rate of interest per month. Okay, let's calculate this. So how we are calculating? Interest rate, annual interest rate division by 12 because 12 months, because we are calculating the rate of interest for month basis, and as it is a percentage we have to convert into a number. So for that one I'm just dividing it again with the 100. Okay, so it gives us the number. Okay, rate of interest per month. So once you get the rate of interest per month, so what would be the next thing is the tenure. Okay, so tenure in months. Okay, tenure in months is equals to whatever the tenure we get divided by 12. So this would give us the number of months, sorry, multiply tenure multiplied with the 12 times. Okay, now we got the rate of interest per month and tenure in months. Now let's calculate the EMI. Okay, EMI is equals to, the first thing is principal P multiplied with the rate of interest per month. Okay, and again multiplied with the power of, okay, 1 plus rate of interest per month, comma, whole power, okay, tenure in months, okay, and same thing division by, okay, power of 1 plus ROA per month, rate of interest per month, comma tenure in months, tenure in months minus 1. Okay, that is the formula to calculate the EMI. Okay, now let's print EMI. EMI is EMI amount is plus STR of this EMI. Okay, now let's call this function calculations by passing the principal, annual rate of interest and tenure. Okay, what we are doing is we are taking the principal, annual rate of interest, tenure, and we have created a function to calculate the EMI. It takes the principal, annual rate of interest, tenure as the parameters, arguments. Okay, and here what we are doing, we are calculating the rate of interest per month, interest rate per month year division by 12 division by 100. Okay, and tenure months is equals to 12 times of the number of years, and here is the formula to calculate the EMI. Now let's execute this one. Okay, here Python start GUI. Okay, so the EMI amount is 884.8, which is similar to the example it was showing 8885. So let's do the round of it. Okay, round of this number would give us the exact number what we have seen in the example. So here we are getting the EMI as 8885. Okay, let's compare it with the web application. Okay, and yeah, here also the EMI is 8885. So we have calculated the EMI properly. Now it's time to calculate this schedule as well. So as I explained earlier, so financial institutions or bank, when they are lending the loans, they are not going to calculate the interest for the entire year. They'll calculate only on the monthly basis. So suppose let's take an example of previous example. The principal amount is 1 lakh rupees and the annual rate of interest is 12, and then the next one is nothing but the tenure is 1 year. Okay, now the EMI for this loan is 8885 as we have calculated earlier. Now let's take an example how it is going to work, the schedule. Suppose you have taken the loan on March 1st and you are paying the first EMI on the April 1st. So when you are paying the amount in the April 1st, as you have taken the loan on March 1st, the duration of the entire March, right? So they will calculate the interest for this principal amount for the entire March month. So that means 1 lakh rupees principal multiplied with the interest rate per month basis. That is nothing but the 0.01, not the annual rate of interest. They are going to take the monthly rate of interest. So 1 lakh multiplied with the 0.01, it will become 1000 rupees the interest payment for that March month. Okay, as you are paying the EMI 8885 rupees, so this from this EMI of 8885 rupees, this 1000 rupees interest will be deducted first. So you'll be left with the 7885 rupees. Okay, and this 7885 rupees will be deducted from the your principal of 1 lakh. So after 1 month of paying the EMI, so once you pay the EMI on April 1st, your principal will become 92,115 instead of the 1 lakh rupees. When you're paying the second EMI on May month, okay, on May 1st, as you're paying the same amount, EMI amount is same 8885. So when you're paying the 8,805 rupees, we have to calculate the interest, okay, not for the 1 lakh, because we have already paid that some amount from the principal. So now the principal will become 92,115. So we have to calculate the interest for this 92,115 rupees with the monthly rate of interest. That is nothing but the 0.01. So it will coming around 921 rupees. So in the April month you paid interest as 1000 rupees, but in the second month, May month, you have paid only the 921 rupees as the interest. So now you have to deduct this 921 rupees from the EMI 8885. You will be left with the 7964 rupees. So the 7960 rupees will be deducted again from the principal of 92,115. So by the end of the paying the second EMI, the remaining balance will come around 84,151 rupees. So this how the schedule will be going on. So after completion of the 12 months, your balance principal will become 0. Okay, so let's calculate, let's find out the schedule in the Python. Okay, to implement that, we have to calculate. Okay, for every for every month in tenure in months. Okay, they have calculated EMI, right? So based upon the EMI. So first what they will do, let's take the balance field, which is nothing but the principal. Okay, I'll show you. So first what they will do, let's do in a calculation. First what they will do is they will calculate the interest. interest per month, okay, or interest payable, interest monthly payable, okay, monthly payable is equals to interest month payable is equals to balance, whatever the balance amount is there, that is first time it will be the 1 lakh rupees multiplied with the rate of interest on month basis, okay. They'll calculate this number. Once they calculate this number, they will remove it from the EMI, okay. Remain EMI balance is equals to EMI minus this interest monthly payable. They will remove it. So whatever this remain EMI balance will be removed from the principal. So principal is nothing but the balance is equals to balance minus remain EMI balance, okay. So that is how they would do the calculation. So once we are doing all this calculation, let's add it to an array, okay. We are repeating it for the entire month, right? Let's do add a array called schedule, okay. Let's add it here. Here I'm going to add the round for each and everything, okay. Round and round and round, okay. Now append it, schedule dot append, okay. First is month, number of the month plus 1. I'm just adding plus 1 because it was the index starts 0, right, in for loop. So that's the reason I'm adding as plus 1, okay. Next one is interest payable. How much interest we are paying here? This comes under, this is the calculation, interest month payable, okay. Next is principal payable. Okay, principal payable is equals to remaining EMI balance, okay. And the next one is the EMI, okay. Just want to have the EMI. Next one is the balance principal. Balance principal will be the balance amount, okay. That is how we are calculating and we are storing it, okay. To display the content, I'm just going to import the pandas, okay. Import pandas as PD, okay, to display the content in a tabular format, okay. So once we are doing that, we are return schedule, okay. And here print of PD dot data frame of calculations, okay. Now let's run it and see, okay. Something went wrong. Calculations, yeah. The int object is not retrievable. For loop oxi and range of, okay. So here is the final list, okay. EMI is 8,885. So the first month interest is 1,000 rupees and the principal will be payable is 7,885. So the principal will be 9,292,115. So same thing goes here as well, okay. So 1,000 rupees goes for the interest and remaining 7,885 goes to the principal. So the balance will be 92,115. So by the time it reaches that final date after 1 year, so the amount will become 0, okay. And for us it is coming it as -1 because of the rounding issues, okay. We are doing the rounding, right? So it's just minor ignorable, okay. That it is coming as 1 to 2 rupees as ignorable rounding of issues, so that's okay, fine for now, okay. This is how we are going to calculate the schedule and the EMIs. Now we have to display this EMI and schedule in the table format, tabular format, as we have seen in the tutorial. So how we are going to do that is just cancelling it. First let's copy paste this content, okay. This complete function, I'm just copying it Okay, return schedule. I am pasting it in the bottom. Okay, calculations, starting it and I'm pasting it. Okay, so once this is done, and what we have to do is first we have to add the command button to the submit. Okay, command is equals to lambda function of submit. Okay, now let's create the submit button in the bottom. Hash submit button. Okay, definition of submit. Okay, so once we have submitted, so we have to extract the input parameters which we are entering it in the file. Okay, what are those details? Like loan amount entry and loan amount loan interest entry and loan tenure entry. Okay, for that one you have to take the principal is equals to float of loan amount entry dot get. Okay, now same thing goes for the interest and same thing goes for the loan interest entry and loan tenure entry. Okay, typo, it should be I. Okay, it should be interest and it should be loan tenure. Okay, so we have taken the principal, interest and tenure. Okay, when user enters these details, we are just taking those details. Now we have to calculate the data for the EMI and everything, right? I'm just scrolling down here. I'm just removing this print button. Okay, just don't need it. Okay, here we have to call this function called calculations. Okay, here data is equals to calculations of principal and interest and then tenure. Okay, so here what we are doing is we are getting the data, complete that schedule data. Okay, so now we got the complete schedule data by calculating this calculations functions. So once the user enters the details, once you press the submit button, the data will calculations will be calculated and the data will come into this particular variable. Okay, now we have to display this into the right frame. Okay, now what we have to do is for the right frame table, that's called as a table. Table is equals to ck dot ctk. I'm just creating a label for time being. Okay, text is equals to something and table dot pack, just packing it. Okay, just to display that content here. Table dot config and text is equals to data. Okay, I just add the data. Now let's see whether we are able to see the data or not. Okay, just clearing the screen. Okay, I'm just running it. Something went wrong. CTK label text is equals to, okay, master is missing. Okay, now the loan amount is 1 lakh, interest rate is 12, tenure is 1. If I click on submit button, it's not displaying. Config is not implemented. Use the configure. For the custom Tkinter, you have to use the configure, not the config. Okay, just closing it again, this window, clearing the screen and then re-executing it. Okay, okay, just click on submit button. So if you see here, the data is being displayed here. Okay, the data is being displayed, but we want to display it in a tabular format. So how we are going to display it in the tabular format? So there is a concept called Treeview concept in the Tkinter, which you are going to make use of it. Okay, just remove this stuff. Okay, remove this stuff. Okay, going back and import the TTK as well. Import, sorry, from Tkinter, import TTK. So with the help of this TTK, we are going to have the Treeview. Okay, let's see what is Treeview. And here, once we have the data, let's create another function called table display. Okay, table display function with the data. Okay, here I'm going to create another function, define table display to display the content in a tabular format. Okay, display data. Okay, how we are going to do is, here we are going to take the table is equals to ttk dot Treeview. Okay, and master is equals to right frame. Okay, master is equals to right frame. Then table dot grid of. Okay, row is equals to 1 and column is equals to 1 and column span is equals to 2. Okay, now let's run it out and see. I enter some details. Okay, don't worry. Cannot use the geometry which is already have slaves. Let's check it out. We don't have anything. Okay, sorry, just need to delete it, existing code. Okay, now I can reuse it. Okay, clearing the screen and then re-executing again and enter the details. I'm just entering some rubbish details, clicking on submit, and here is the table. If you see here, table, the first one is a header. Header is coming. If you see here, okay, the header is coming. So now we have to add the columns. Okay, when we add the columns, it will be able to display that columns. Let's do that. Column span is equals to 2. Now table, here columns is equals to, so we have multiple columns, like what are the columns that we have? We have the month column, month, and interest, and another one is the principal and EMI, and what is the other one? Interest, balance principal, balance principal. Okay, and you can add one more thing called show is equals to headings. Okay, you have to show the headings. So once that is done, you have to add those headings. Okay, so now table dot heading, so where the column name is month. Okay, where the column name is month, you have to enter the text as month. Okay, and then anchor is equals to northwest, so to display the content from the left side onwards. Okay, now let's run it and then see it. Entering some details and clicking on submit button. If you see here, you could see the month. Okay, month starting from the left side, 2, 3, 4. So whatever the number of columns that we have given, 5 columns right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So those 5 columns headers has been created here. Okay, in a tabular format. Now here we are mentioning the heading of that particular columns. Okay, each and every column. So here is the index of the column. So this is what we are entering the data. So now I'm just copying it, this one, and repeat it for the other ones as well. Okay, saving it. First one is the interest, and another one is the principal, and next one is the EMI, and next one is the balance principal. Okay, now change the text. Here text is interest payable. Okay, and for this one, principal payable. Okay, and next one is EMI, and another one is the balance principal. Okay, balance principal. Okay, just closing this one. Now let's see the content. Just entering some rubbish details, don't worry. Okay, see here, so month, interest payable, principal payable, and EMI and balance principal. Okay, now enter the details. Okay, so we need the data to be inserted. So the data we have is in the array format, so we have to going through the loop. Okay, for that one, for loop again, for k in range of and length of the data. Okay, and here we have to insert, right? So for the function is table.insert, okay, table.insert and table.insert, and now we have to enter the values. Okay, now table.insert, what we are doing here is parent is equals to, you can give table or you can leave it as it is blank, no issues, and index of the row is equals to, and what is the position of the particular row data column in the particular table. So I'm just going with the k, which is the column index, okay, which is the row index in that particular array. Okay, and next one is the values is equals to the data of k of and followed by comma. Okay, how many we have? 5 columns, right? 2 3 4 5. Okay, just removing it. Okay, closing this one. Okay, oh my goodness, here I have entered, it should be here. Okay, now let's have the column names. What we have here: month, interest, scope payable, month, okay, and interest payable, and another one is principal payable. Okay, principal payable. Okay, next one is EMI. Yes, EMI, saving it, and now the final one is balance principal. Okay, copying it and pasting it here, and I am saving it. Okay, now let's see that how the data is being displayed. Okay, we're running the code. Now enter 1 lakh, the actual data, annual interest is 12 and tenure is 1. Click on submit. So here it is the data. Okay, the actual data, whatever it is there in the, based upon this data, it is being changed. Suppose if I change it to the 1 lakh, instead of 1 lakh to 10 lakhs, the data also changing here. Okay, the EMI is changing. Okay, the EMI will become 88,849. Okay, so that is how this is being calculated. Now we are able to take the parameters. We have calculated the EMI and then we have calculated the schedule. Now we have to display the pie chart and we display the EMI and basic information on the top side. It has to come down and both those things should come up in the top. Okay, now let's do that. Okay, pie chart. So I'm just going to create another file called piechart.py. Okay, here I'm going to show you how to create a pie chart, okay, in the Python. So to draw the pie charts in the Python, we have to make use of the Python library called Matplotlib. Okay, as library, okay, plot, and here x is going to be the 55 and 45, and just think that my labels, okay, and x value is fine, and plot dot pi of x and plot dot show. Okay, now let's see that. Let's run this one, Python piechart.py. Okay, this is going to display a pie chart. Okay, 55% of this one and 45%. So that is how this pie chart has been created. Now if you want to show the labels, okay, my labels is equals to, so for us one of it is principal and another one is the interest. Okay, for that one you have to create this labels array, then you have to pass it. Labels is equals to, labels is equals to my labels. Okay, when you pass this thing, now when you are executing, you could be able to see this labels, principal and interest. Now we want to see that how much percentage of the principal and how much percentage of the interest. In total 100% of amount we are paying. For that one we have to do the auto percent. Okay, auto percent is equals to percentage 1.1f. Okay, now let's execute it and see it. Now you would be able to see the percentage as well, 55% and 45%. I wanted to have this 45% interest like a pizza piece from a cake, pizza piece from a pizza. Okay, pizza slice from the pizza. Okay, let's do that. For that one you have to use the my explode concept. Explode is equals to 0.0, 0.1, and here you have to plus explode, my explode. Okay, now let's run it out. So now it is coming like a slice in the pizza. Just it is like fetched, somebody has fetched. Okay, principal and then interest. Now we have this figure. Now we have to display this content in the Tkinter. It's not so easy to merge this pie charts into the Tkinter. Okay, it is a kind of a difficult task, but I'm just trying to make it as easy as for you guys. So just pay some closer attention to it. Okay, for this one what we are doing is I'm just scrolling to the top. Okay, from matplotlib dot pyplot as plot. Okay, same thing, and sorry, import. Okay, from matplot dot figure, import figure. Okay, and from matplotlib dot backends dot backend sticky. Okay, import figure canvas tk aggregator. So these are the libraries, these are the modules that we have to import from the matplotlib. So once we have imported, now coming back to here, and here what I'm going to do is I'm going to add another function which is nothing but the chart display. Okay, chart display. Now let's create that chart display function. Definition chart display. Okay, going to display the chart. So how we are going to display the chart? Now we are going to figure is equals to figure of fixes is equals to 3,3 and dpi is equals to 100. Okay, so once this figure has been created, now what we have to do is, now this one should be, now we have to add this, right? Plot dot figure of plot dot figure of this figure. Okay, once this figure has been created, now we have to create the plot is equals to, now we have to create the plot fig dot. Okay, fig dot add subplot. Okay, we're adding the subplot here. Then what we have to do is we have to create a object for this figure canvas. Okay, tk aggregator. Here the master is equals to figure, and master is equals to right frame and then figure. Okay, figure comma this one. Now we have to draw this to a canvas. Okay, canvas dot get tk widget dot grid. Okay, here also grid. Now here the row will become 0 and column will become 1. Okay, now what we are going to do is let's copy the content from this pie chart and paste it here. Okay, plot.py, plot.show. Okay, let's make it as plt. Okay, or plot. Okay, remove this plot.show as well. So here what exactly we have done is, so we have created a figure object with a plot.figure with a fixed size of 3,3 and dpi is nothing but the clarity of the chart, and here we have created a subplot of 111. Okay, and here we have a canvas. Okay, for this figure canvas tk aggregator function we have created, right, imported. So for that one we have created a canvas and then we have displayed as a grid, the same way we have displayed at the table. Okay, grid. Okay, once we added the grid, row is equals to 0, column is equals to 1, and here is the values to display the chart. Okay, now let's open pie chart. Sorry, my bad. Let's Python loan calculator. Okay, now enter some details. Let's enter. See here, you could be able to see this principal and interest. Now it is being by the static values. Now we have to calculate this interest payable sum amount. Okay, and then principal plus sum amount, the total amount will be coming. Okay, so how can we do that is, so we have to coming to the here again this table display. Okay, where is the table display? Yeah, table display function. Here I'm going to do is, here anyways we are looping it for everything, right? I'm just going to take one more variable, interest payable is equals to 0.00, okay, and I'm going to sum it up every time the for loop executes. Okay, interest payable is equals to interest payable plus date of k of interest payable amount. Okay, summing up that row. Okay, this interest payable will come and I have to return it, return this interest payable. Okay, and when it comes to the stable display, we have the interest payable variable. Okay, and I have to pass this interest variable principal along with the interest variable. Okay, interest payable, so he principal and interest payable. So when it comes to this pie chart, we have to update those values here. Same thing, copy pasting these variables. Okay, saving it, and here in place of static values, the first one is the principal and second one is the interest payable. Okay, saving it. Okay, now let's run the chart. Okay, loan amount is 1 lakh, 12, and tenure is 1. Submit. So how much? So principal is 93.8 and 6.2% is the interest rate. Now let me come back to the web application, see, validate. Yeah, 6.2 is the interest and 93.8 is the principal amount that we are paying. So both are same, principal and interest. Okay, now it is matched. We can increase the size of this what do you call this figure. Okay, and we can do that here, 4, 3, and grid. Where is the grid? Yeah, pad x is equals to 10 and pad y is equals to 10. Okay, same thing goes for the table display as well. Pad x is equals to 10 and pad y is equals to 10. Saving it. Now let me execute it. Okay, 1 lakh, 12, 1, and clicking on the submit button. Okay, now it is able to display this table in proper format and principal and interest as well, both things. Now we can have this summary box. Okay, let's have that summary box. Summary display. Okay, I'm just going to display the summary of summary display. For this one we need principal, we need the interest rate, and we need the EMI, and we need the for the EMI we don't have, right? So for that one, date of 0 of EMI will do that. Okay, we'll be storing in that in array, right? So that's how we are taking the EMI, principal, interest, EMI, and what is the other one? Duration, tenure. Okay, and finally interest payable. Okay, so these are the total information. Okay, now let's create a function for the summary display. Definition summary display. Okay, and I'm just going to copy paste same thing. Okay, in place of here I'm just going to make it as the EMI. Okay, now let's display this data. Okay, now here what we are going to do is, let's create a label for the principal text. Okay, principal text and principal value. That is how we are going to create the labels. ck.ctk and master is equals to next, what is the value? Can enter ctk label. Okay, label master is equals to left frame, and here we have to enter the details, and font is equals to Arial of 20. Okay, and next, what is the other one? Text is equals to loan amount. Okay, loan amount. Now principal text dot display, grid, and row is equals to 0, column is equals to 0. Okay, we are using the row and column for this one. Saving it, and let me run the code. Submit. Okay, it's not showing. Let's see why it is not showing. It is already has, why is it already having, sorry, it should be right frame. Okay, here we have to create another frame. Okay, inner frame is equals to uh, ck.ctk frame of, where master is equals to right frame, and we have to pack it inner frame dot grid. Okay, and row is equals to 0 and column is equals to 0. Okay, we have to register first for that inner frame, and in this, inside that inner frame, we are going to use this one. Okay, then it will work. Okay, now it should work. Let me see. Okay, so what we had done is, so there was a chart and there was a table, so we have this one part is there, right? So we have decided this part to create an inner frame, and inside that inner frame we have packed the labels. Okay, info label 1 lakh, 12, and tenure as well. Okay, see, loan amount. Cool. Now let's add the remaining details as well. Okay, uh, column is equals to 1. Anything else you have to add? Let's add the pad x is equals to 20 to come it in the center, and add some width is equals to 45, something like that. Okay, and let's try now. Okay, okay, loan amount. Principal value, principal text and principal value, and here the text will become the principal that we are passing. Okay, now let's save it, run it, see it. Okay, my goodness, column is equals to 1 here, and let me re-execute it, and loan amount is 1 lakh, interest rate and tenure, click on submit. Yeah, loan amount is 10,000. Okay, 1 lakh, sorry, my bad. And let's copy paste. One is the principal, and next one is the, sorry, principal, next one is the interest, tenure, and interest payable, total payable. Okay, now let's make the changes. First one is done, value, next one is interest. Okay, rate of interest. Okay, and what is the value here? Interest value, copying it and pasting it. Okay, goes the interest value. And what is the next one? We have the EMI text. Okay, sorry, tenure, tenure, loan tenure. Okay, and here is the loan value, sorry, tenure value, tenure value comes the tenure, and here it's changes to interest. Okay, and the next tenure is done. Now next one is the interest payable, interest payable. Okay, and interest payable value. Okay, here it is, and here is the interest payable, and here it is interest payable. Okay, and finally total. Okay, total text, here it is total. Here it is principal in addition to interest payable. Okay, saving it. Now it should work. Let's see that 1 lakh amount, loan interest rate and loan tenure. Click on the submit button. Okay, I have to update this grid, right? Row 0001 01 and 1011, and next one is 2021. Next one is 3031, and next one is 4041. Saving it. Now let me run it out. Okay, loan amount as 1 lakh, interest rate, tenure. Clicking on submit. So here is the information button. Loan amount, rate of interest, loan tenure, and interest payable, and total loan amount. Okay, and this table is going a little bit right side. Now we can bring it back to the left side. How we are going to do that is closing that table column span and row span is equals to 2. Okay, should work, I guess. Something went wrong. 0 column 1, column row 1, column 0. Okay, let's try now. Now it's fine. Loan amount, rate of interest, loan tenure, interest payable, loan amount, and then here is the text, and here is the content. Okay, now we can make some little bit of changes, as you guys can see. Okay, now we can do the cosmetic changes for it. Okay, now let's change the background color of this frame, complete frame. So the background color is okay. Now let me close this one and let me re-execute it. Cool. Like 12 1 and submit. Okay, and here we can have this pad y to be increased. Okay, for the table, where is the table? Yes, pad y. Now let's enter the details. Now we have it. We can increase the little more pad y. And right, let's see that. Now it's fine. You can reduce it a little bit now, 70 or 80%. Change it to 80. It should work. Now we have this one ready. Now, okay, make the changes. So this is the pie chart and this is the data. Here you can change this styling of this one. Okay, it might not be visible to a few folks. Now how we are going to style this preview? Okay, so for that one we have another setup in the Tkinter. Coming to the top here, what we are going to do here is style is equals to ck dot again style is equals to ttk dot style. That's style. Okay, once the style has been created, style dot sorry, we can use a theme called theme use of com. It's not com, it's clam. Okay, good work. Now style dot configure. You can give the options now, like what would be the font is equals to Arial of 10, and changes cell background and foreground colors and whatever the colors you want to change for that particular table. So here we are going to use the style thing, and we can make the modifications to this clap, and you can configure that changes. Okay, and here the first argument should be this Treeview. Okay, for this one Treeview, and once we have the Treeview, next we can have the my bad, not here, clamp. Here the first one will be the Treeview. Okay, now we can have the background. Background is equals to black, and foreground is equals to white foreground. Let's see, we have updated the Treeview style for it configured. Now coming back to the table, what we have to do is we have to update that. Okay, when you are creating the table, here style is equals to Treeview style we have to apply. Once you apply that, make that change, then only your changes will get reflected here. 1000, 1 lakh, 12, 1, clicking on submit button. See here, the background color has been changed and the font size has been increased. You can make the similar kind of changes to the headings as well. Okay, going on to the top. Okay, going on to the top here, instead of the style.configure, for only for this one we can make the changes similar for the heading as well. Style.configure Treeview dot headings heading. Okay, and here also you can have this font type. Okay, background and foreground, copying it as it is, and I'm going to change this background to that blue color what we have on the left frame. Okay, this is the what. Okay, text is going to be black. Let's try it how it is going to look. If it is not going to look good, then we can make the changes. Okay, see here, interest, month, payable, principal, EMI, balance principal, loan amount. So here is the final calculator how it is going to work, and you can increase this loan amount to 10 lakhs, and if I increase the interest to 25 and tenure to 10 years. Okay, 10 years, and clicking on submit. So here the loan amount has been changed to the 10 lakhs, and rate of interest is 25, and loan tenure is 10 years. The total interest that you are going to pay here is 1 crore 73 lakhs. So total amount is 2 crore 73 lakhs, right? Oh sorry, my bad, 17 lakh 30,000 as the interest and 27 lakh 30,000 as the final amount. Okay, with this one you are going to pay 63.4% as the interest and 36.6 as principal, and here is the complete breakdown schedule as well. So this is how you guys can create the GUI based loan calculator in the Python with the help of the Tkinter and custom Tkinter. Let's see the background of the code. So let's see the recap of the code. So first what we have done is we have created a geometry and set the theme, and we have created the left side frame, and then we have added the labels to get the information from the user. So once we got the user, we have created a submit command for the submit button. So once the submit button is pressed, we have been taking the principal, interest, tenure from the user, and then we are doing the calculations. So there is a formula to do the calculation of the EMI, and then once the EMI has been calculated, then we are going to find out the monthly interest rate out of the balanced outstanding principal monthly interest, will calculate it and then we'll be deducting it from the EMI. So whatever the balance will be there after deducting interest, that will be removed from the principal. So that's how the display of the schedule comes up. So here we have done everything in this calculation part. Okay, calculations thing. So once the calculation is done, it is going to give us the data of the array of the complete schedule. Then we are going to display the table, then we are displaying the chart, then we are displaying the summary of the total data as well. So this is how you guys can create the loan calculators in the Python as a GUI based application. So if you like the content in this video, please do like and subscribe to our channel. For more videos, please stay tuned to our channel. Thank you. Thanks for watching this video.